A survey says 47% of the time people fail the interview. Again, the same survey says 23% of the people crack the interview even after not being well prepared for the interview. So are you really interested to know what are the reasons that impact these decisions? So in this video, I am going to explain the points in details so that you can crack any interview. Hi, my name is Umesh. I am a founder of Indian Institute of Placement. In the few years, we were able to place more number of students compared to the top institutes in our country. And for the same, I have been awarded as the placement mentor of the country by none other than Sunil Gavaskar sir, who is the legend of our country. This is a but obvious answer that if you are going for an interview, preparation is the key. So in this video, I am going to talk about the tips that have helped many of my students, because of which they were able to crack high paying jobs. So the number one point is mock interview. The number one mistake that many people are making, that they are directly going for the interview without taking lot of mock interviews. See, let's say for example, if a person is playing World Cup final, it is pretty much obvious that the person might league cricket. Before playing the league cricket, he might have played with lower teams. Before playing with lower teams, he might have played with IPL. Before playing IPL, he might have played Ranji, and so on, right? So in the same way, when you are going for an interview, you are going for your finals. So before going for your finals, make sure you do the mock interviews. Now the question is, you might be thinking, but I don't have any friends or family members with whom I can do the mock interview. So you do not have to worry about. We are living in the world full of technologies. Means there are many tools with which you can practice for the interview. Let's say for example, Google's interview warm-up. It is one of the best tools. You can practice your interview with Google interview warm-up, and the best part is for whatever role you want to apply for. Data analyst, data science, full stack engineer, robotics engineer, whatever role you want to apply for, you can practice your interview for that particular role. So basically this tool will take the interview like a live interviewer is taking the interview. And the best part about this tool is it will also give you feedbacks. So with the help of feedbacks, you will learn how to calm your nerves. And when you learn how to calm your nerves, you are going to make less mistakes during the live interview. The second point is arrive early. I still remember when I was doing my engineering in my first year, I failed in a subject called engineering drawing. So when I failed for the first time, for the second time, I prepared very well. The concepts were very much clear to me. In fact, my concepts were so clear that just on the day of the examinations, many of my friends were calling me, reach to the college early so that I can clear their concepts also. So I was getting constant call from my friends. So because of that, I have to hurry and reach to the college. So in a hurry, when I reached to the college, I didn't have time for myself to relax, and I was explaining the concepts to my friends. And the meanwhile, I ignored the time. When I reached the examination hall, it was already 5 minutes late. So I didn't get a time to settle down, and because of which the questions which I have prepared for very well, in fact there was one of the question which I have explained to one of my friend, I made a mistake in the same questions in the examination hall. Later I realized how important it is for one to keep calm during their tough times, especially during their exams or during their interviews. So now whenever I have my webinars, whenever I have my meetings, I do not talk to people. I do not indulge in such activities which can distract to my focus, and the same thing you need to follow. This is only going to happen when you arrive early for your interview and give yourself enough time so that you can settle down, so that you can have a control on your breath, so that you can have a control on your nerves, so that you can have a control on your blood pressure as well. So that you can have a control on your blood pressure as well as heartbeat. The third point is dress well and professionally. Have you ever noticed whenever you buy a luxurious cloth for yourself, or a watch for yourself, or a mobile phone for yourself, or a shoes for yourself, you automatically feel confidence, right? Even a survey says that if you dress properly and look properly in an interview, 12 to 13% of your confidence level increases just by your dressing. So do not forget to dress properly, because subconsciously in your mind it is going to play a major role to crack the interview. The fourth and the most important tip is listen carefully. Probably if you are listening to me, that means the fourth point is listen carefully. When it comes to interview, it is very much natural that we are going to get anxious. And when we are getting anxious, many thoughts are processing into our head. And because many thoughts are processing in our head, as per a survey, as per a research, our listening capacity reduces. And we are more likely to ignore some of the words that the person is saying to us or asking to us. Because many people are anxious and they are not listening to the question properly, and they start giving the answer before listening to the question properly or before listening to the question completely, this is also one of the major reason why most of the people get rejected, because listening carefully is one of the most demanded skills that companies are expecting from you. You can only master this fourth skill of listening carefully if you have mastered the number 1, number 2 and number 3 skills. The number 5th point is prepare questions to ask. See, when you're going for an interview, do a well research about the company, do a well research about the job opportunity, do a well research about the job description, and based upon the company, based upon the job description, prepare a set of questions that you are going to ask the interview after the end of the interview. Because sometimes not asking a right question to the interviewer may also indicate yourself as an underconfident person. Many a time asking right question is a sign of showing intelligence to the interviewer. And the 6th bonus and the most underrated skill to crack any interview is have a healthy pre-interview routine. Many people are not talking about this. What do I mean by have a healthy pre-interview routine? See, I have seen a lot of people. They have a habit of staying awake throughout the night before a day of the interview or before the day of the examination. Interview is a high pressure environment, especially if you are a fresher. It is 101% sure if you do not have a healthy pre-interview routine, you are going to make mistakes. Either you are going to get nervous, either you are going to get anxious, or either you are going to forget the answers that you already know. Make sure a night before the interview you have a better sleep. In the morning you can take a walk, you can do some exercise, you can have healthy nutritious breakfast. Doing all these things combinedly is going to support your brain during that tough time. By the way, these are the top 6 advices that I give to my students who are going for an interview, and it have really worked for them. And I'm advising these tips to you guys also. Make sure you follow these tips before going for an interview, and please do not forget to share this tip with your loved ones. And if you're interested in getting more guidance like this, then you can surely subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.